So welcome everybody. It is now the beginning of our day. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're day 5. Darcy, please bring us into our opening Global Silent Minute.
Welcome to the Global Coherence Pulse, where each day, during 7 days of rest, we open with a Global Silent Minute. Today, our theme is align, and as we align with spirit, flowing and expressing through form, we offer our unique contribution to the world from within the realization of our coherent community. The Global Silent Minute is inspired by the Big Ben Silent Minute that helped to end World War II. In these times, the daily 9 p.m. GMT Global Silent Minute is helping to end all warring and bringing peace to humankind and all of life. Peace, living in right relationship with self, others, and all of life. The power of silence is greater than we know. Silence is action in sacred unity. Today, we enter that silence and radiate a line. Let us prepare to enter a silent minute together. With a deep breath, we activate the spirit of peace in our own hearts. And we unite our hearts across distance. Now, we invite all those on the other side of the veil, aligned in the light, to join us. With the sound of the bowl, we enter a global silent minute together. As we radiate truth through silence as action in sacred unity, aligning and opening fully to the pulse of coherence.
Thank you, Darcy. Beautifully done. Thank you. Yeah. So here we are, we're moving from releasing our awareness from everything outside of ourselves to turn our attention inward, to paying attention to our remembering, right? Having compassion that we're a species alive at a moment when we're consciously aware that we're moving from forgetting that we're connected to everything to remembering that we're connected to everything. And from that remembering, we begin to embody the love that we are. Whoa, so good, so good. And then today we move into the energy of aligning, right? From just like being the love that we are to beginning to resonate with the current of love that is flowing, that we're a unique part of, that we get to be an expression of. And we have today, Michelle Marie is going to be helping us on this journey. We have Tatiana. We have a concert coming up, you guys, with her new album. We're going to get little tastes of it today. And we get to just like be in this deep process together of really moving from this state of fear to love, from forgetting to remembering, and knowing that we're actually doing that together consciously. And there's not a lot of people and groups on the planet that are doing that. We're part of this early islands of coherence. And the more we do it together and the more we really choose it, the more we have an impact on everything out there, and the more people who will start to wake up to this incredible moment that we're in. So, Michelle, I'm going to give it to you. I wonder, do we want to start with some music with Tatiana? Yeah, let's do that.
Great.
Start with some music from Tatiana and then we'll dive in. Tatiana, lovely to see you. Happy New Year, my dear. I can't wait for the concert coming up.
Me too. This is so
I know. And I heard you also have a new women's circle starting up that we'll get to hear about today too, which I'm super excited about.
yes.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Well, I was so inspired by what Darcy just shared. This global silent minute. I haven't been around that offering, so I just felt so touched. I wanted to sing a song about silence. And we're talking about alignment, and I feel like we can find and hear our inner voice and feel that attunement to our alignment. And in the stillness, we feel our interconnection with all things. It's dropping out of the mind and into the heart and into this beautiful stillness. So, this is an old folk song. Come and find the quiet center in this crowded life we lead. Find the room for hope to enter. Find the frame where we are free. Clear the chaos and the clutter. Clear our minds so we can see all the things that really matter. Be at peace and simply be. And it repeats again. And you can sing along if you feel to. Come and find the quiet center in the crowded life we lead. Find the room for hope to enter. Find the frame where we are free. Clear the chaos and the clutter. Clear our minds so we can see all the things that really matter. Be at peace just pause and let that stillness really seep into our bodies, letting the mind be quiet so we can hear our own inner wisdom voice and align with the guidance that we find there. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. Sing with me. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Our hearts are open, receiving. We surrender into the arms of love. Our hearts are open, receiving. We surrender into the arms of love. Sing Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. We are made of love. 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 Pulsing this love out into this universe. Pulsing this love. Pulsing this love. We are made of 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 love. Pulsing this love. Opening our heart. Seeing it ripple through this creation. You can hum with me as we send this vibration out into the world. Sound is creation. From the heart. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. With love. Oh, with love. With love.
I just want to sit in that for a bit. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. We love you so much.
Love you all.
We are so ready. We are so
Definitely ready.
ready. Like, are ready.
There's a lot of readiness happening.
There is some big readiness. Yeah, thank you. You have such a way, Tatiana, of just like singing our hearts. I think that's what I feel like you're singing, we are ready, and I'm my heart is like, yes, I'm ready. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, such a sweet way.
Mhm. Yeah.
We'll have more. Tatiana will be back. Michelle, so we got a line. Today is a line. Love to hear your thoughts and
Thank you, Teresa. I'm so excited to be a part of this, and it's so wonderful to. I'm always grateful when Tatiana shows up with her beautiful voice and her beautiful wisdom and her beautiful messaging. So it's really nice. I mean, walk on the earth with love. I mean, does it get any better than that? And I love it because if you're showing up here, that is your intention. So I feel like really excited that I get to be in a room full of people who are already on that path and have that desire. And when we align with that energy, when we align with love, it gives us an opportunity to align more deeply with ourselves as well. And so when I come here, and the focus this week has been the rest and inner stillness, and we revisit what we've done already so far this week. We've journeyed through that release and that remembering and that embodiment. And now today we're looking at the alignment. And as we journey through today, I'm going to ask you to bear with me because it's going to be a little bit different than it has been throughout the week, because I am going to ask you to take a walk with me in focusing on inner stillness as it relates and by focusing on aligning and living in harmony with fear. So take a deep breath. I know I saw some faces there. So take a deep breath. And it's about developing fear, or building a relationship with fear that's a friendship. And that might seem very odd to some of you who have never heard that concept before, but it really did come to me in a morning meditation, contemplation. I don't even know what to call it anymore, but it's direct, like wisdom that comes to me. Then it's like, are you kidding me? Build a friendship with fear? It's like, yeah, not today. And it took me a little while. So what I'm just doing is I'm touching, I'm hoping, I'm piquing a curiosity. Because if we're going to align in wholeness, it means we have to align with all of who we are, of all what exists. And so, how do we do that? First of all, my intention is to align with fear as your friend. And you can use a different word if you want. Some people are really uncomfortable with the word fear. So you can choose loneliness or sadness or anxiety. Some people, it's even joy, which is really hard to align with. Whatever word it is for you that causes that, like sweaty palms and perspiring and nerves or whatever that word is for you, that's what you can use. But throughout my presentation, I'm going to use fear because I had to pick a word. My particular word that I often use is overwhelm. I get really overwhelmed, and that's when I start scattering, and all those voices start coming in that are not there to serve me well. And so what I really want to touch on is that fear. I'm not here to make fear disappear. I'm not going to tell you ways to get rid of it, how it's not going to be there. Fear is actually part of life. And there's benefits to fear. And when we build a relationship to it, different than the one that we have been indoctrinated into, then we can have better outcomes. I don't know if better is the right word, but more optimal outcomes for ourselves as we journey with that relationship with it. And so, first of all, it's just like, can you think of what's the latest time you felt fear? Can you have something pop in your head, a moment with fear, a time that your heart raced and your palms sweat and you're like, not today. The big red light comes up that says run, or stop, or you want to fight and react. I think pretty much all of us could come up with multiples quite instantly. And that's why I just want to reassure that fear is part of life. It's part of everyone's life. And just having that information just began to calm me down. All of a sudden didn't make fear feel like such a anomaly, but rather that, oh, I want to build a different relationship with it then. I don't want to run from it all the time. Now, I just want to be very clear. This is not like the real fears that we do need to be instantly reactionary. You step off a curb and a big bus is coming for people who are in war-torn areas. This is not that fear. This is the everyday fears to help us live our, what we're talking about here, to live our fullest life in the opportunities that we have before us. So I just want to be very clear on that. And so for me, then if there's another option, is there another option to having that red light pop up every time fear is there? I like to think of it as it's kind of like, let's look it right in the eyes and go, why are you showing up here today? What is the information that you're trying to give me? And so we can have a different relationship. And that's really what I do at Love Voice Rising. That's what I work in. And the option I see for 2026 that I really is part of my mission that I want to do is to support people in coming in that harmony, that alignment, if you will, that friendship with that powerful energy in our world, which is fear. And Grace and I talk about it. Many of you know Grace. She was here yesterday. We talk about it in our book, a lot about it in our book, Personal Heart Power. Well, I guess really that is the focus of the book, is shifting to a love-focused life. And so today what I'm going to do, again, I'm not here to kill love. I'm not trying to tell you how to conquer it. What I'm offering is a perspective that might help you filter the noise so that you can focus on the intelligence that fear has shown up with for you in any given moment. And I get that this is not a typical thing because I've had my own journey with it over the last several years. So with that, what I do want to emphasize is in order to have friendship, or a friendly relationship with fear, it really does come from the heart. It comes from that place of compassion and understanding and believing that it's there to give us information, that it's there to support us. Now, I'm not saying that every voice of fear that comes is that. And so that's what we're going to talk about. Well, first of all, let's go into an analogy. I like analogies. So just imagine, if you will, that your mind is a computer. Well, not just a computer, but uh, like the most powerful search engine that is out there, that's ever created. Imagine that for your mind. Over life, you've actually, acquired more data, you've had experiences that give you a lot of information, and you really have the wisdom that's far greater than any machine could have for you as an individual person. So kind of take that in for a moment. You are your greatest wisdom keeper. And what are we going to do with that wisdom that we've harvested over our lifetime? So I'd like to encourage us to use it in the most beneficial ways for ourselves that allow us to live with that open heart, calm that mind down, and just be in resonance, that heart coherence with love itself. That's the alignment that I think is really the dream. So breathing that in, just imagining you as the best search engine on the planet for yourself kind of feels empowering, doesn't it? So as I see it, I see, fear. I look at it, narrowing it down as fear in two ways. One is that it's the informant. That's the friend. That's the intelligence report. When you go into your data bank and you find all the wisdom that's going to support you to create the most beneficial decisions in any particular moment. It's part of that search engine that scans your horizon for everything, right? And then it processes that information. And we're going to talk a little bit about the processing a little bit later, but it really gives you the facts that you need so that you can feel safe, that you feel prepared, that you feel like you're in the most optimal you can be for any given situation. It's really, it's like that really great friend who you can call up and get that information, that truth, that honesty, and that information that's beneficial for you that you need, and help in processing through that to make those particular decisions for you. That's the informant, that's the friend, that's the one I adore. And then there's the other one, fear as the saboteur. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with saboteurs in your life, but if you haven't heard that before, it's another word to get familiar with because there's a lot of energy out there, and I think they're fear-based. They're trying to stop you from reaching your full potential. I mean, it really, like, sometimes, you feel like you're going along, everything's good, and you kind of get a little sucker punch from somewhere, and you're like going, whoa, what happened? And it kind of derails you for a minute or two, or a week or two, or a year or two, whatever it is, depending on the situation. Those are the things that when you start building a different relationship, you begin to have the ability to discern. You begin to have the ability to discern, is this a voice that's showing up to be my friend, or is this the voice that's showing up to stop me from being all the greatness that I'm called to be in this life? So I like to think of it in relationship to that great computer analogy, the great mind search engine, as the pop-up ad. We've all scrolled, or many of us, most of us nowadays have scrolled along and we're getting our intelligent wisdom, and then all of a sudden some pop-up ad comes on. And it's just like, and it distracts us. It's like, oh my, that's a pretty blouse, or oh my gosh, I didn't know I needed that new tool, or whatever it is, and it's annoying. And now all of a sudden, where you were, what your focus was going to be, what you were going to search for on your actual computer, has now been derailed by this pop-up ad that's over here, right? And so what we really want to do is we want to figure out a way to build a harmony around it. One of the things I really like Heart Math Institute, many of us here know it. If you're not familiar with it, I encourage you to look it up. Heart Math Institute has a lot of great wisdom. And we used to think that the brain was the sole commander of the body. And the beauty is what Heart Math Institute and other places now have as well supported this, is that they've discovered that the heart actually gives more information to the brain than the brain gives to the heart. If you have not heard that before, soak it up, take it in, do your deep dive with it. But imagine the heart gives more information to the brain than the brain gives to the heart. So that means this is our fuel. The heart is the fuel of our processing, right? So you can be a great search engine, but if you don't have any energy coming in, you don't have any great fuel coming in, it's pretty hard to use that search engine without any support to have it run. So we're going to focus on how to clear the distractions. We're going to shift that internal engine from a reactive relationship with fear into that state of flow. So the reactive state is that with the saboteur. Unless it's a real crisis, if that bear is chasing you, you want to be reactionary. You don't want to process through the information to see if you're making the right choice by running. Just run, or whatever they say to do for a bear these days. But when we're in the flow, when we're in that state of flow, that's the love. And that's when we're in harmony with it, when we're in alignment with fear, and it's become our friend, and it's come to be our informant. It's there to give us information that's valuable for us to know at that time. So in the harmony, the discernment says, I'll take that intelligence report that we're looking for. I'll take the report, but I'm going to do that little click on that pop-up ad, that little X in the corner. You just click on that let it go away, right? Although if you're like me, sometimes I click on that little corner and then somehow I must have missed it and it opens up the pop-up ad anyway. Now now I have to have extra strength to avoid it. But sometimes it takes a couple practices or a couple attempts to actually close that pop-up ad, and that's okay too, to allow grace for ourselves. Allow grace as we do that. So let's just take a deep breath on that, because we want to be at the controls. I want you to be at the controls where you can find that harmony, that alignment, that relationship that feels safe with those feelings and emotions that come in at that time. Okay, take a deep breath, because I know this is kind of a lot in the harmony and the stillness and the joy that we're entering in. But well, I like these little exercises and stuff too. So let's try something a little bit playful here. And Let's start with the saboteur because I like to start with the most challenging and then move to the little bit lighter and have that little bit of joy that comes in. But let's start with the saboteur. And the saboteur, the voice of fear with the saboteur often comes in with the words always and never. You will never accomplish that. You are always late. You are never going to be that person that you say you're going to be. Those are the words of the saboteur. If you hear always and never, or even from someone else, if someone else you get in a disagreement or an argument with somebody else and they say you never show up when you say you're going to show up. Never is a big word and it's a saboteur. Now, it might be true that sometimes you don't show up when you're going to show up, but never is a really big statement. And so it's to process through. So let's try something playful around this. So these voices, the always, the nevers. So think of a saboteur voice that maybe you've heard this week, or someone shared with you their wisdom this week about how you were always or never doing something. I don't think they're that hard to come up with. You can think of something last week or the month before, or wherever that little statement comes up. Oftentimes we have saboteurs that are very repetitive. One of mine that comes up often is, and nothing like preparing something around fear, to have your saboteurs around fear to show up in the preparation of it all. So mine is often like around used to be. It used to be. It's no longer. Often was around my fear around speaking in public. And it's been gone for a long time. But all of a sudden, for this particular presentation, every moment of fear I've ever had around public speaking rose to the surface again and again and again. And I went, not here, not this time. So you do when you have that, then what you do is you give that voice, that voice that comes in. I have very distinct voices that come in my head that tell me that I'm not good enough, or that I'll never be prepared enough, or that I'm going to hyperventilate while I'm giving a presentation, because I literally have done that before. But that voice does come in. And so what we do is there's a couple of things. Is I like to give it, I have a silly name for mine. So maybe you want to give yours like a Grumpy Gus or a Fearful Frida. My particular one is Petty Betty. She shows up all the time with all these petty little things that she just wants to pick on me for again and again and again. So now I can literally say, well, hello, Petty Betty, I see you, and she comes with this silly voice to say, oh, Michelle. And that's what we do is we start giving it silly voices. We want to diminish the power it has over us. So one of the ways to do that is just to diminish the voice, or, the power of it. And so I give mine a silly voice and she's like, hello, Michelle. Okay, she's really silly in my head, but I always say it silently. So now I'm trying to say it out loud and it's not as silly. But she's like, hello, Michelle. I'm here to tell you that you're not going to be prepared. You're going to hyperventilate. You're going to screw up. And she has all these things. But now I hear you, Petty Betty. I know you want to be heard. I hear what you're saying, but I want to let you know, remember, that's not true anymore. You've seen me do many, many speeches and stuff. And she kind of subsides then, it's like it starts getting quieter and she kind of saunters away and she's no longer there. And it's just a little bit of a playful way to do it, use a silly voice. Like one that pops up in my head a lot is Donald Duck, because my dad was called Donald Duck when he was growing up. And so as a kid, he was. And so we all practiced the Donald Duck voice. I am not going to do that out loud because it's very good, very, very good in my head. So if you can have the ability to read my mind, you can hear Donald Duck, but I'm not gonna do it out loud. So, but whatever the voice is for yourself, to allow it to be playful. And hopefully some of you, I'm just going to pause for a moment to just give you a minute actually to just try that and see if it helps just a little bit to quiet a saboteur that's been dancing with you for too long. And the reality is that it's really difficult to take something too seriously when it has a little silliness around it. And what it does is it allows us to just diffuse the energy. It doesn't mean that it completely goes away, but it can diffuse it enough so that we can go, oh, wait. I know I can do something different with this. I don't have to let it sabotage me. I can have a different relationship with it. So for me then, when I get to that point, it does help to just have that little bit of an image again to like go, oh, I see that this is not energy that's showing up, that something that's saying you will never be good enough to do whatever it is your dream is. That is not there to support you. That is absolutely a saboteur. It is your pop-up ad. So have the courage to just hit that little X and delete it and move on from it. So I like the playfulness and stuff, but sometimes I'm not in a very silly or playful mood. So for those of you who that doesn't resonate with, the other thing I really like to do is oftentimes that saboteur, when it comes in, it directly connects me to a memory of childhood or when I'm quite a bit younger. And so then what I do is I offer the hand to my younger Michelle. I'll say, Michelle, you know what? This is from when we were 10. Like we're not 10 anymore. We're now 61 years old. So why don't you take my hand when you're ready and come sit by me and just see where you are today, you know? Or when I was 15 and hyperventilating in front of my classmates for when I had to do a speech in school, it's like, you're not there anymore. Look at, we speak all the time. We don't hyperventilate anymore. And when I do that, it allows all that energy to dissipate and allows me to be in the present moment, which allows me then to make a real understanding or a different understanding for how I want to handle the situation. So with that, this is just a way to diffuse the saboteur's voice and just breathing that in. And I actually think like just right here, I feel like I want to take just a little break because the saboteur can be a lot to take in. But I hope that all of you can just take a deep breath. And maybe Tatiana, maybe you want to play us something that's a little bit lighthearted now to just we'll be moving into the next section where fear becomes our friend. But in this, let's kind of just have a little clearing of the saboteur who wants to come on in. And maybe you can just give us a little playfulness minute to do that.
Let's see. Your playful music, okay.
What you're feeling at this moment, I'm sure you can find it.
I've got it. Baba Namo Kevalamo. Baba Namo Kevalam. Baba Namo Kevalamo. Baba Namo Kevalam. Baba Namo means the power of love, that we are love. And as you deepen into this fear and love walk side by side. I'm just going to put this on gallery view. There we go. And so this mantra is a really powerful way to root back in the heart. Baba Namo Kevalamo. Baba Namo Kevalam. Baba Namo Kevalamo. Baba Namo Kevalam. Baba Namo Kevalam. Michelle, if you want to give me a couple words, I'll weave them into a song right now.
Fun. Well, how about we weave in the friend and the connection and the alignment of fear.
Okay. with my soul. Fear is my friend, so I've been told. I am aligned with my soul. Fear is my friend. Oh, fear is a friend, I've been told by Michelle. Oh, fear is my friend, I've been told by a wise sage named Michelle. Fear is my friend, so I've been told. I align with the truth inside. Fear is my friend, I've been told. It won't hold me back when I align inside. I feel the truth alive. Is there any more words you want me to weave in, Michelle, in this playful journey of embracing fear?
The collective, the community, the value of it all.
Actually, other people, you can put your words in the chat too. We can create a little. If fear makes me laugh like that, then she's a real friend. That's a good one, Stephanie. If fear makes me laugh like that, then she's a real friend. Come on, more. What is these reflections bringing up in you? And we'll weave it together. Silliness is godliness. Silliness is next to godliness. Play, play, play with the fear. If there is no fear, there is no greatness. That is very wise words. All the great beings lived with fear as their friend and their ally. All the great beings lived with fear as their friend and ally. Intimacy with fear dissolves it into light. Courage is a companion to fear. Ooh, these are gorgeous, you guys. Each of these could be like a whole song. Courage is a companion of fear. I am brave, I am brave, I am brave when I listen to her.
I love that. How fun. I like the words being thrown in there and you pulling it all together. That was beautiful.
It's like, I don't have any silly songs. We're going to have to make something happen here.
I think it worked. I liked it. Take it on the road. And it helps break the energy of all of that. So moving from the saboteur, let's move to that, the fear is the friend. And that's, so I think of the saboteur as the noise, the distractions, it doesn't want us to get to the real data, the real information. And that's where I think the informant comes in. When fear is your informant and you can get to that information, that high speed priority notification that says, I've got the real information for you. So how do we reach that full potential with that relationship? Again, because we all know it shows up for us, right? So why not build a relationship with it that can be kind and friendly and empowering, right? It doesn't mean that we don't still get nervous with it. It doesn't mean that it doesn't still cause our hands to be sweaty and all of that. But it now, it's just like instead of a pop-up ad that we want to just have go away, it can be there to give us important information. And so, you know, what I think of it about is really, it's like when we listen to the informant, you know, we're not being fearful. What happens is we start being fear wise. And we can just do these little tweaks on some of this languaging that we've taught ourselves, or we've been indoctrinated into for our whole lives, and start recognizing the value in that. And so what I want to say is about one of the ways that I determine, or when I do recognize, it's like, okay, when you get rid of the noise, now all of a sudden fear is there, and it's saying, I've got some really important information to give you. And I have 3 questions that I'll go through, or some version of these 3 questions. I wrote them in a very specific way for this, but it's just like some version of these three questions is that is that I ask, where are my 3 questions? Give me a moment. Oh, I made my notes so organized and well that I actually can't understand them because I don't always make them this organized and well. So the first thing that I like to ask is this a fact or a feeling? Right? So, you know, it's the way to strip away all that drama that comes around it. And it's just like, you know, so again, the saboteur allows for the silly voice. You can come in, it's just like, can I put a silly voice around it? And it disappears. That's just like, and you can just get rid of it and it goes away. It's just like, oh yeah, I got this. But then what it does is the informant, the wise voice, is it gives you what it's you know, so for an example, so the saboteur will come in and say something like, you will, you know, it'll say something like, you will never be prepared for this presentation because you're totally incompetent. Yeah, I actually heard that voice this week, actually. And it's like, I know that that's not true, but there was a time in my life where I would have believed that voice. I did believe that voice, right? But what happens with the informant, the wise voice, it says the fact is that you've prepared for this presentation, but you're not ready yet, right? It's a different way of coming in. And that one's saying you want to prepare. It's telling you to use some more time to prepare for it. And maybe it comes in, maybe there's a voice that comes in and said, you totally blew a speech 3 years ago. And you go, is that information helpful? That would be the second question. Is that information helpful that I blew the speech 3 years ago? Well, no, not really. I mean, it's helpful in the sense that I want to prepare better than I did for the speech that I did 3 years ago that I totally bombed because I wasn't prepared for it. But really, that information happened in the past, and how do we bring it to the present? And the present is simply to tell us to prepare more. I mean, at Heart Math, I like this one too. At Heart Math, they determine that naming something a fact, or naming some sort of a fact for yourself, it actually shifts you into that heart coherence. And so if you can go into that heart coherence, then it clears the brain of all that fog and noise and allows you to run more smoothly with the information that really is really important. And so again, that second question is this information helpful? So I messed up on a presentation 3 years ago. That's a fact, but it's not helpful for me today. What's helpful for me today is to ask the next question is, what is the most optimal move and for my desired outcome? And that would be like, oh, yeah, I don't want to screw up again. And so I'm going to practice a little bit more. I'll put more practice in preparing into this presentation. And that's a real simplistic way of looking at it, but it helps to just understand that when we ask these questions and we build that relationship, then we can have more optimal outcomes. And I love research. So at Stanford, Dr. Kelly McGonigal, she notes that that pounding heart that we get when we're really afraid and we're nervous and all those words that we conjure up to it, we have those exact same feelings with excitement. So think about that. So, you know, what she said in her research is like, so, you know, tell yourself a better story. Which story do you want to tell? Do you want to tell yourself that you're nervous and you're afraid, or do you want to tell yourself that you're excited about trying something new? And I thought it was kind of a fun way to look at it, and it's a fun way. And I love when science can support some of the things that we think or some of the things that we do. So with this, what I want to do though is just kind of wrap this up because I just want to pique the curiosity. I want you to open up to that relationship with fear. I want you to think about it differently next time it rises for you in your life. And it's just like when we feel the moment with that truth or that different relationship, we can take those leaps. All those places where we were totally afraid, we can now go like, oh, I can feel that fear and do it anyway, right? And it's okay. I mean, obviously we have to process through to make sure it's safe and everything like that. But in, like in physics, I like physics. I love that we're talking about the catapult and the connection field and all those types of things. And I think it's really fun when we talk about, catapult requires that tension, right? There is a tension. And in the human existence, that tension tends to be fear. That's our tension. That's the voice that's saying, let's look at this. What do we need support with? Where do we need support? From ourselves, from others, whatever it is. Be brave enough to make that happen. So, again, remembering that fear and excitement have the same feelings in the body. I just want to pause on that because I want us to remember fear and excitement have the same feelings in the body, and we can tell ourselves a different story. And in fact, there was another research thing that was out there, and it was from Dr. Allison Woodbrooks from Harvard, and they found through her research that just simply by saying I am excited instead of I am nervous proved to have more optimal outcomes. I mean, I think we can all do that to a certain extent. I know it's worked in my life, so that's why I present this. This is why I get excited about it. I used to be terrified. And I tell myself I was terrified all the time. So I want to say, as we catapult into 2026, I hope that some of you will take a look at this and build a different relationship with fear and have those conversations with other people. What does it mean for you? And I just want to there's this little thing, this little exercise. So since I got Catapult and I like these visuals, I like little exercises, I like things that can bring me back in or whatever. And so there's this little thing. And so Catapult, again, that tension. So if you all sit up and just do this little exercise with me, it's where you put your hands together and be a catapult and just stretch it way back. All that effort to just put all that tension onto the catapult and just imagine this is what you want to do in 2026. You're giving yourself all the energy, all the courage, all that you need for 2026. And you're pulling back and you're feeling the tension. And now it's time to launch. And we're going to breathe in for the count of 3. And then we're going to exhale on 3. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, boom, launch. And just imagine that you've launched and you've catapulted yourself into wherever you want to be for 2026, right? So remember that you're fear wise. This is what we're moving towards, fear wise versus fearful. Just that one little switch it's amazing what it's done for me. And so I just want to say, thank you so much for letting me have an opportunity to present something that's not necessarily the thing that we want to take in for inner stillness and calm. But when we build that healthier relationship with fear, we literally get more inner stillness and calm. It just shifts things so dramatically. So thank you for that. I love that you're going to move into the catapult. I just think it's so exciting to have this connection field because we get to play in the field of love. We are opening this to the world, if not the universe, and we are coming in harmony with all of this. We're coming in alignment. Many of us have been on that journey. Well, I think all of us have been on that journey our whole life. So profound. But anyway, I want to say thank you. And I can't imagine any brighter way to wrap up my presentation than to have Tatiana play one more song for us. And just remember that you can click that pop ad closed and you can harvest your own intel and you can lead that most optimal life that you desire. It is meant to be. If you imagine it, it's yours. Love you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. Tatiana. Hey, before you go into your song, do you want to share about the concert and about the circle
Sure.
So we have time to click on those links if you haven't registered
Sure.
for the lullabies for adults. I'll put them in, except for you have to do your circle and I can do the
Okay.
lullabies. So on the 8th, so we have the 7th is the last one at noon, and then on the 8th at 7 p.m. Tatiana is inviting us into a virtual house concert where we can like put on our jammies, we can have like a cup of tea or a glass of wine or whatever we want to do. And she is just going to sing us some lullabies. It's going to be so good.
Yes, I just released an album. It's called Lullabies for Adults, and it's a very calming, loving, gentle experience into your body, into deep rest and regeneration. And also, it kind of weaves in, yeah, the rest and regeneration with expansion of the heart, expansion of the soul, opening to our divine nature. So it's both together. Because really, my experience has been that when the body is calmed and soothed, and we actually bring loving compassion to these bodies, our ability to open and receive inspiration and beauty and cosmic truth is so much more powerful and available. And I feel like gone are the days where we just bypassed the body and meditated ourselves beyond the body and saw the body as a problem on the path of liberation. It's like, no, now we are actually seeing the body as made of the same substance as the divine, coming home to these bodies so we can open. Because the body is a technology, is an incredible technology that's allowing us to be awake creator beings on this earth together. Um, so it's going to be kind of like a cosmic lullabies for adults concert. I feel like I feel like that's the misunderstanding with my album a little bit. It's like, yes, I'm going to sing you into a deep space of rest, but I'm also going to sing your consciousness awake. So that's happening on the 8th, and I'm so excited.
Love that.
And I'm so
Wow.
grateful for Teresa to host this inside of the connection field. And this connection field has been such a home for me and my offerings. And I'm so grateful for this field because I can feel the listening here and the maturity here of receiving what I'm bringing and what each of you is bringing. There's such depth, wisdom. Each one of you is extraordinary. So, yeah, very, very grateful to be weaving with all of you. And then I have another offering also that's starting this Wednesday. It's a women's circle, and it's called the Oasis Women's Circle. It's also offered inside of the connection field. We'll have a community group inside of the connection field, and this one is really for any woman who wants to connect to herself as a creator being. It's similar actually in sort of long form to my Lullabies concert. It's going to be about coming home to the body and then awakening to our codes and power, creative power. And we'll be working with somatics and also with some mythology. I found myth and story to be such powerful portals into our unconscious, into our true nature, into kind of like awakening the soul. And we'll be working with the myth of Sophia, who is a divine feminine archetype and just such a powerful matrix of feminine consciousness. And the more I attune to her, the more quickly my own creations are accelerating and coming into being. And so, if you're curious about manifesting and birthing worlds, birthing your own worlds into being, Sophia consciousness is powerful, powerful woman, not powerful, powerful goddess archetype matrix.
Yeah.
So,
Will you put a link in the chat so that both I can add it to this recording and I can get it in, for everyone to have? And we have in the chat, there it is. Great. And I know a few of you on this call have been in some of her circles. So if you want to put something in the chat while she's playing about what it's been like to be in it, that would be fun too.
Grace. Yes, Grace has been in my circle a few times. Yeah.
All
So,
right.
I play
Sing us home. Sing us home.
So, all this talk of meeting fear as a friend. So powerful, actually, because it's true. Greatness and fear walk side by side. I feel inspired to share this song called Warrior of Love, because as we walk this path of alignments and choosing congruence and choosing to move towards our highest calling, to follow our dharma, we're usually met with some form of fear or resistance. It's inevitable. When you're listening to the inner nudges, you're coming up against your fear. Every single time I push forward into something, I meet my fear. Even this women's circle, even this concert, like I can feel, I'm a little scared. But I can feel what I'm being called forth into. And that's why I believe we're all being called into becoming these warriors of love. Like, yes, that scares me, and I'm going to do it anyway. Because I'm here for more than to be a small self. I'm here for my expansion, the expansion of my soul. I'm here to be a warrior of love because the earth really, really needs every single one of us right now. So this is Warrior of Love. Warrior of love, do you remember why you came? Warrior of love, awaken to your true name. Set your heart on fire and let it burn. Warrior of love, we are waiting for your return. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Warrior of love, you have been hiding for too long. Step into the light where you belong. You've trained for this your whole life. Warrior of love, it's time to alchemize. Sing with me. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Warrior of love, ignite. Warrior of love, activate. Feel your heart on fire. Let it burn through your fears and limitations. Or in this case, let it come with your fears and limitations. Warrior of love, let your heart on fire. Let it burn. You have a purpose. You have a gift, a voice. You're here to share and shine your light. Remember why you came. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. You are so much more than you believe yourself to be. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Julie Kroll says, warrior of love, your tenderness is a weapon the old world cannot understand. Wield it like lightning. Remember who you are. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Your tenderness is a weapon the world cannot understand. Wield it like lightning. Oh, Julie, remember who you are. Warriors of love, we are gathered here, pulsing this love into the world. Warrior of love, do you remember why you came? Warrior of love, awaken to your true name. Set your heart on fire and let it burn. Warrior of love, we are waiting for your return. We got one more transmission from Julie. Warrior of love, you are not an activist, you are the axis around which the whole begins to turn. Julie, I think we should write this song together. Warrior of love, you are not an activist, you are the axis around which the whole begins to turn. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody. Darcy, lovely to have you today. Thank you, everyone. Whoa. Come tomorrow. We got 2 more days and then we have our concerts. We're going to drop deeper tomorrow. I think we might have Julie tomorrow. Maybe we'll have Julie tomorrow. If not, it'll be me. And then we have Julie for sure on Wednesday. So let's all come together. How about if we open our mics so that we can all say goodbye? Blessings, everyone.
Bye. Love you.
Goodbye, warriors of love.
So much.
Yes, warriors of
Goodbye,
love.
Fiery
everyone.
hearts.
You're a blessing to us
You
all.
all.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Michelle and
Fiery
Tatiana.
hearts.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Lots of love
Bye.
until tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys. Love you. Bless you. Have a beautiful day.